I think it's important to understand how this came to be. And I've had very significant suffering in my life. And by some grace, which I don't really understand, I was able to, as traumatic events were happening, I was sinking. I was going in deeper within myself rather than in the vast majority of trauma situations, people will leave their body. They will find ways to dissociate from what's happening. But what I was doing was going in, and as the trauma continued, I continually went deeper and deeper and deeper.
It was an amazing thing to recognize what she was doing, and I don't think she actually understood what she was doing.
No.
But because my background is in the evolution of consciousness, stages of development, states of consciousness, I was astonished at what I was recognizing her capacity was in terms of consciousness and awareness.
I was actually a speech and language therapist for 30 years in the school district. I always knew that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I would work with these kids, and I knew I was making important changes in their life, and they would leave my room, and I would just be like, I know this isn't. There was always this yearning, always this knowing that there was some purpose that was not being met.
I was born in South Africa. I grew up in Zimbabwe. My heart is certainly African, but I came to the United States in 1986 at the time, at the ending of apartheid. I wasn't particularly welcomed in my own country at that point. I'd been rather outspoken.
We had begun working together more in spiritual direction. And when we began to work in this area of spiritual direction, through this work just evolved. It just unfolded before us.
Once I came to the United States, I finished up my degrees in psychology at the University of Pepperdine. And then when I moved to Minnesota, it was important for me to start working in the area of integrative mental health. It became very clear to me that the practice of psychology in America was one-sided, very superficial, not very deep, and that a far more holistic and integrative model is required. When I met Cherise, that took it to a whole different level of integrative and holistic. So while Aslan Institute itself is an integrative mental health clinic where we offer a wide variety of mind, body, spirit practices, meeting Cherise was this experience of going, oh my goodness me, this is going to take this whole process even deeper and even more holistic. So it's been very, very exciting. And now as we move into international outreach, our very first international project is back in my homeland. So I feel like I've come full circle, which is enormously moving for me and very gratifying.
I wanted it to be very authentic. And so I didn't want to put more information in other than what was just being shown. And I think that's a pretty amazing thing. It's been amazing.
Yeah, all I did was to put words and context onto what the experience was. So it was the perfect match because I had this knowledge and she had her own experiential knowledge. And then we could put it together and go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So meeting Cherise has completed the whole cycle of my life. It's brought it complete circle where holistic now means not just horizontal, but also vertical development of the human psyche.